We saw earlier how to list a product against an existing A sign. In other words, the case in which the product you have to sell has already been added to the Amazon catalog by someone else, the manufacturer or another merchant perhaps. In this video, we'll be looking at how to add a brand new product, something that doesn't have a current Amazon listing. To begin, in your Amazon Seller Central account, point at the inventory menu and select Add a Product. In the previous video, we used this search box to begin, and if you're absolutely sure that the product you want to list is not in the Amazon catalog, you can ignore this box. But even if you manufacture the product, you can't necessarily assume it's not in the catalog. If you sell to wholesalers or directly to retailers, a merchant might already have listed it. We'll assume you've checked and your product is not in the catalog. Let's start by clicking the Create a New Product button. The first step is to select the category into which you want to list the product: apparel, appliances, automotive, and so on. Just select the correct category and Amazon may then display a list of subcategories. Any category with a number after the name has that many subcategories. In fact, the only one right now without subcategories is books. Also, some subcategories may not be shown if you haven't yet been approved for them. Select the appropriate subcategory, and again, you may see another level of subcategories if there's a number after the name. Continue down the subcategory listing until you finally see the Select button. Click this button, and you'll now see the area into which you'll be adding the product information. This is the page we saw when listing a single product, but this time none of the tabs are disabled. You're not listing against an existing product, so you're going to have to enter all the critical information. Note also that the actual screen you see is going to depend on the product category and subcategory you picked. As you can see here, the page displayed for a book is very different from that displayed for a camera, which differs again from that of various other products. So we're going to look at just one of these pages for one particular category. Other categories may require different fields, but the overall process will be the same. We'll start with the product title, the name of the product you're entering. This is the heading text at the top of the product page, of course. You'll also need the manufacturer name and the model number. The manufacturer is the name of the company making the product, not necessarily the name of the brand, though it may be similar. For example, Nikon cameras are manufactured by Nikon Corporation. This text may appear under the product's technical details, though it isn't always used in the product pages. As for the brand, this is the name under which the product is typically sold. Nikon Corporation sells Nikon cameras, for example. The brand would be Nikon, and this text will appear under the product title on the product page. Next, the UPC or EAN number. I explained in an earlier video that in general, in most categories, you're going to need a GTIN, Global Trade Item Number, an ISBN number for books, a UPC or EAN number, Universal Product Code or European Article Number, and so on. You can find more information about that in an earlier video. As you can see in this case, when you enter a number, the first thing Amazon will do is to check that number against its database to see if the number is somewhere in there. As I've explained before, Amazon does not want multiple product pages for the same product, and this is part of the effort to reduce duplicate pages. If you see this pop up, either you mistyped the number or your product is in the catalog, or at least somebody has already used that number. Amazon also checks to see if the number is mathematically valid, so if you enter a fake number, Amazon will probably catch it and not let you proceed. Once you've entered the information, you can click Next or just click on the Offer tab. We've already seen the Offer tab in the video on how to list a product against an existing A sign, so I'm not going to look at this page in detail again. Just refer back to the earlier video. In the Images tab, you'll want to upload at least one image and preferably several. Please provide decent photographs. Sharp, well-lit, clear photographs help sell the product. Bad images look unprofessional and turn buyers off. You'll find a few requirements explained here, but the main concern is that you show the product clearly enough for a buyer to be able to make a decision. In the Description tab, you'll enter information about your product, a bulleted list of information and a block of text. These may not look like large fields, but you can get a lot of data in these boxes. 350 or so words in each of the boxes. I would recommend that you give buyers as much information as possible about your products. Another way to guarantee low sales is to provide such sparse information that buyers can't decide if your product is worth paying for. Next, the Keywords tab. This is where you'll add words to help people searching for your product find it. If you're selling a camera, then camera will be one of your keywords, but so may be DSLR and perhaps digital SLR and so on. Use all the fields available to you. As for this second list of keywords, this is for platinum sellers only. If you don't know if you're a platinum seller, then you're not. These are very high volume sellers who've been given special privileges by Amazon. You can ignore this list if you're not a platinum seller. Remember, by the way, that you're creating a product details page related to this product overall, not the specific item you have in your hands. For example, let's say you have a used camera that, by some miracle, does not have a product page on Amazon. You'll be providing a general description of the camera in all the tabs but the Offer tab. In the Offer tab, you'll be describing the condition of the particular item you're selling. Finally, the More Details tab. This is, not surprisingly, where you enter more details about this new product, and of course the tab contents will vary between categories. I would recommend that you enter as much information as possible. Again, do everything you can to provide information to the buyers to help them make decisions. I know that I've often skipped from one product to another in the Amazon catalog, simply because I wasn't sure that the first product would do what I needed it to do, when quite likely it would, but the seller simply didn't provide enough information to know either way. Now, how about those extended product descriptions you sometimes see? How do you get those into product pages? There's no room in the basic product pages to enter that information. This one, for example, has more than 1,200 words along with 8 images within the text. Well, if you want to do this kind of thing, you'll need to do some digging and probably register as a vendor with Amazon. The help information on this is well hidden and currently doesn't seem to appear when you search. You can get to a page on the subject using this URL though. You'll need to contact Seller Central Customer Service to get started. Note, by the way, that even if you create a new product as I've shown here, once you've created it, other people can list products against it, and you don't even have total control. Once someone has listed a product against an existing A-sign, they're often able to add more information, such as photographs and even descriptive content. If you've listed a product that you manufacture, you should look into using Amazon's brand registry and registering as the brand owner. Doing so will give you more control over your listings. So that's it. When you've finished, you'll click the Save and Finish button and the product is entered into the Amazon catalog. Amazon reports that it may take a few days for the product to begin appearing in product searches.